say we'll get this started because you guys showed up on time. Um, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about. This is the town hall that I do all the talking, and then I'll leave some time at the end for you guys. But I went through this whole presentation, and I was like, boy, I sure do a lot of talking on this one. But I got a lot to say. We haven't met like this in a while. We had one of these last year around the same time that we kind of went over stuff. So I thought it was apropos. Let's start doing this again quarterly and checking in and talking to each other. So let's always start with the agenda. We're going to talk a little bit about staff and our advisory board has some updates there. 2024 business. We're going to go around the room. We're going to do some polls here. Couple of program updates, things that you should be looking out for as the year's kind of, we just hit the halfway point, moving into the back half. What we have going on for CEDIA, what we have going on for San Diego, and then a little sneak peek at 2025, one of the initiatives that I think is really cool. So the next time you see Brad Camp or Patrick Laidlaw, give them a big round of applause, a handshake, a high five. They have been appointed to our board of advisors. So we get to torture them monthly with a meeting where we get together and solve the world's problems. So very happy to have these guys on the board. We thank Jeff Brewer and Danielle Nielsen for their time and commitment to the board on everything we had going on. This is a great group of people. Really love bringing all of our problems and solving together with them. On the Ausion team side, we have a couple of new faces. Michelle and Danielle have joined the team to take over sort of the jobs at Dan at AusionGroup.com. How many times have we said that? He has moved to the mothership and he's working HR. So we took some of his responsibilities, we spread them out, and now Michelle and Danielle help us across our different divisions. Danielle mostly working on the vendor and the sales side, kind of bringing everything up to speed with those numbers, getting your reporting straight. Michelle is helping all of our MemberNet and CEDIA access on our events team as well. So any questions you have, we now have 2 more people that you can look for help. So reach out to them, Michelle and Danielle. And excitingly, Nicole is now going to be our main point of contact for our, all of our members. Vendors are members too. But for the dealers, Nicole is taking over. So a big round of applause for her as well. She just went into the CE Pro 40 Women to Watch. So another little article there about her. We're excited to have Nicole. She's going to reach out to you. She's going to give you phone calls. She's going to send you emails. So pick up, respond, talk to her. She's another great point of communication, and she's going to help you help yourself grow your business with Ausion. So congratulations on Nicole, Danielle, and Michelle. Happy to have you guys on the team the years we've had. So let's take a look at the Ausion state of affairs. This is through June. Basically flat once and down a lot. Flat twice, you could say. So we're down a lot. We are coming against big numbers. I mean, our 2021 June, we thought was the biggest month we'll ever see, only again to be beaten 2022. 2021 is 2022. We beat our June numbers. We have about 93% of our vendors reporting, and these are the numbers that we're looking at for the sales of the group. So we're certainly down, but we're against big numbers. If you look towards 2021 sales, we kind of look like we're more on track with it they are. So I have a lot of confidence in the back half of the year. A lot of dealers and vendors do as well, especially as we get through the election cycle, depending on what the feds do with the interest rates as well. And hopefully we get some new housing starts. So looking for a better back half of the year. All right, CEDIA. The CEDIA cocktail party is Wednesday night. Start at 5:30. We're at Rock Bottom, the exact same place we were last year. We're in the back with the pool tables. So if you're in town Wednesday, we have a registration out there. Many of you registered. The end of today or tomorrow, we're going to send out another link so you can RSVP to our cocktail party. On the show floor, we're doing a new thing for our platinum vendors. So we have I wish I had one around here. Maxie printed out these. Oh, I do. Maxie printed out, this is a rough draft, little passport books. So we have little passport books that we can bring, that we're bringing to our booth. And we're going to meet Thursday and Friday morning, right around 9 o'clock, 9:15. There's our routes. And as we go to vendor booths, you're going to collect stamps. And every time you get a stamp, we're going to collect the books at the end of CEDIA and you'll go into a raffle. So if you are on the booth tour, your stamps are worth double. If you want to do it on your own time, come by, pick up a passport, go to these platinum guys and get a stamp. The prizes we're going to give out will be some gift cards, a upgraded room in San Diego. We're going to have one room that we can upgrade for you guys. And Audio Control has donated, let me bring it up, a Dante ETV. It's a PoE encoder that connects eARC audio to your display on a Dante-enabled device on your network. So a raffle for a product from Audio Control, some gift cards we're going to give out, and then we're going to have an upgraded room in San Diego. So come by the booth, pick up the passport. Please join us for this platinum tour. The vendors love it when we show up force, show up to their booth, show them we care. You know, vendors are members too, so let's support our vendors. And you know, you could win a couple of prizes just for participating. Drum roll, our name for San Diego, the Syzygy in San Diego. How many of you had to Google that one, right? So Syzygy is an alignment of three celestial bodies. So we thought it'd be pretty cool to think about our three celestial bodies as the dealers and the vendors and Ozione as we support each other and how we can become aligned with our goals. You know, this is what we're all about here. It's supporting each other, aligning your goals, being more profitable together, sharing ideas, sharing victories, solving problems, meeting new people. This is what it's all about. And we think that a Syzygy in San Diego is very apropos to where we want to be and who we want to be when we grow up. So focused on the future, we're focused on alignment, and the Syzygy in San Diego is going to bring all that together. Some fun things we're going to do out there. We have booked the California Spirit Yacht. This is a 8-minute walk across through the convention center stairs up and down. We're at that the bay right over there, the loading dock, I should say. We're going to hop on this yacht and we're going to have our first night dinner on it, cruise around the bay. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then for our charity event, if all goes well, we're going to have a cocktail making contest. So we'll have more details about that, but we're all going to get together and see who can make the best cocktail. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun when we get down to San Diego. And if the Padres are in the World Series, boy, all bets are off. A little preview of some of the classes that we have going on. So we're doing our optional meetings again. Again, we're going to talk solar and energy. We're going to talk all that sort of at a high level topic, but now we have a solar vendor. So let's start talking about how solar works with this whole thing and how we can start adding that to our menu of solutions. And if you're not interested in that, we're going to have a general session. Let's just talk about our industry and how business is going. So this will happen before the meeting, which will be on Monday. These small group meetings that we have on deck, which you've seen a little bit of these if you've already registered. Starting with Bruce and I had a great idea over some cocktails about a 2-part workshop. So how this will work is on the first day you'll go in, you'll design a room. He has a couple of different characteristics. So it might be a kitchen, a modern kitchen, you know, and they want to give it a certain theme. So everybody will have a little tweak, but they're all going to design the same room. And then you're going to give Bruce the plans, come back the next day, and he will have turned them into a 3D model. So you can tell if lights are too close to each other, or if they're too close to a wall, or if you should have moved them here, or if you needed to add another one. Bruce is going to show you from concept to reality what it actually looks like and how this can be achieved. So I think this is going to be a really cool experiment, especially if you're just getting in on lighting. So if you pick this, it's going to be a 2-part class happening the first day and the second day. Jason Griffin is a mastermind over at One Vision, and he is going to work through sort of the blueprints of building your service department. And I asked him to make sure this feels appropriate for everyone who's thinking about starting service to I have it and I want to tweak it and make it bigger, better, faster, stronger. So Jason's going to sit through this class with people, work on your service, answer a bunch of questions. And the goal here is that you will walk out of there understanding the formula of how to start your own service department, or how to tweak it, or how to grow it, or how to fix it. But that's going to be moderated by Jason. We have a class on what the education committee kind of said is selling ahead of the curve. So we think that there are some sales tactics that you can use to talk to your clients to help walk them off the ledge of the do it for me generation. Get away from Alexa's good enough, or, I can just use Google Home. I think there's high performance, control, all those things that can be out there, and you can start raising your ASP if you have the right products and performance going back into your projects. So we're going to have a class on that. We are going to have one on purchasing. So Brian and Nick are going to sit and talk about how to streamline your purchasing. Less is more, pile it on with the right vendors. How do you do that? How do you shed lines? How do you find the right lines? How do you work with these partners to unlock more profitability on every project? And, the money is made on the buy, not the sell, right? We've reinvited last conference, we had Sean go on with on stage, and he was talking about builders. So we're going to invite Sean back, and he's going to have a small group meeting. And this is, decoding the language of working with builders, and how do you make a cold call, and what do they want to hear, and what words might be hot button issues for them that they now think and know. You're their technology expert. So if you want to work with builders, you want to find builders, you want to answer all life's mysteries with builders, Sean's going to work through those. And then we're going to have another proposal workshop. We've done this before. So the requirement for this is bring a proposal to the class, and we'll all look over it together, and we'll give tweaks and constructive criticism. And I think this is a lot of fun to see how different people in different parts of the world send their proposals out into the wild. So those are our small group meetings that we're going to have. Okay, after the event, when we're done at 1 o'clock, we have lunch, we wrap up on Wednesday. We are going to do an optional post-event vendor tour. So at 1 o'clock, we are going to have a bus that is going to take us to the nice facility in Carlsbad. So right after lunch, we're going to hop on a bus, drive up that way. That's where their headquarters are. They'll do a factory tour. We'll do a dinner. We'll meet some of the executives. We'll have a good time at their facility. We will stay in Carlsbad, and the next morning we will head to Sonance, and we'll have a Sonance tour. We'll do their demo. We just brought our emerging leaders for our leadership symposium there this year, and it was awesome. I heard that it's been recently updated. I've only seen it since it's been updated, and it was freaking amazing. So how this works is we are going to provide transportation and lodging if you do all of it. Okay, so if you want to do one or the other, you're on your own to find a place to stay. If you want to just do the Sonance, you're on your own. But if you want to come with us for the full tour, we have transportation. You can stay the night at Carlsbad, and we'll do Sonance in the morning. If you end up at Sonance, you should fly out of John Wayne. There's a different airport. Don't drive back down to San Diego. Fly out of John Wayne or LAX. Check the pricing on that, because you're going to be at that point with traffic, 2 hours away from San Diego. And with traffic, you might be 2 hours from Los Angeles, but you're not going to be close to San Diego by the end of this if you stay on the tour. So just keep that in the back of your mind. As you register, we're going to send out more information on this, and you'll understand that we have buses and hotels all set up for you. A sneak peek, I'm going to talk a lot about this and hopefully show it off in San Diego. Our learning management system, we're going to come up with a better name, obviously, is live on the back end. So what we're going to do is put some content on there so you can actually take a look at it. But the end goal here is that we're going to have a full ecosystem for you guys of training. And it's going to be more than just, here's the new product and here's the speeds and feeds. We think there should be module style business coaching going on. And we think vendors have some advice that they want to give to you guys, business coaches, dealers. If you have a portal that you're using or you have content, you can create your own gated community for just your team inside this thing. And it'll have quizzes and PDFs and videos, module style learning. We can have learning events, we'll have live events. So we're trying to up our game. And if you think about the CEDIA Learning Academy on one side, our LMS on another side, and then our live events on another, we now have a really interesting three-legged stool that we can offer to you guys that has a lot of training for you and your team. So this is a really cool initiative. We have some other fun surprises we're going to talk about for next year at San Diego, but this one is big. we're putting a lot of time and effort, love, blood, sweat, and tears into this to make this more than just, content from different vendors now put in one home. I think this could be so much more than that. I see it so much as a three-dimensional product, not just here's some more of the same. In spring of 2025, we're at the Hyatt Regency in Indy on Cinco de Mayo. So how apropos for our group to be having a conference on Cinco de Mayo. So May 5th through the 7th, we'll talk more about that as we get closer. But we are at the Hyatt Regency. They recently redid it. They've remodeled the inside of it. They have better soft goods. So this is a really beautiful hotel out in Indy. And maybe we'll do a trip up to Cedia while we're out there and see their facility. But we're in Indy next for the spring of 2025. All right, that's a lot of talking for me, and that's not how town halls are going to work. So questions, comments, compliments on my haircut? Are we alive out there, Bueller?
Your hair looks amazing, Patrick.
Thank you, Brian. I was waiting for that one. At least one person. No question? Go ahead.
I do. So prior to the everything moving over to the nationwide portal, we used to get sales reports available to us monthly that we could grab off of the portal and kind of see how we're tracking on our own purchases month over month, year over year. Is that still in the plans to be a possibility again? Or because I know that you guys were having some difficulty getting that information or that data to merge into something that we could easily view.
Yeah, so the context for that, I'll take a step back, right? Because we had that cool portal that was made by a developer who I couldn't even track him down to give him money. I thought if anything was going to get a response, it would be, I have money to give you. Totally fell off the earth. And the platform still exists. We just don't use it anymore. And that was great because you could go in and pull reports. When we moved over to Power BI through Nationwide, we only have so many seats at the table, meaning like 4, to pull reports. So we can always pull an ad hoc report. That's not an issue. The issue is that you don't have access to it. So the short-term solution is we can send it to you. The long-term solution is we are looking at a software that will automate reports and send it to you every month. So there's not even going in and pulling it. It's going to be able to look at your Nationwide ID and send you these automated reports of everything going on. So there's some back-end work that we're doing right now to bring that to life. That process is underway. So if it all takes, we'll have this thing up and running before the end of the year, I think, is how fast we want to move on this. And then you get the data back into your hands. Because I agree, it's the number one thing that is the most important is that you have insight into your data. So that's top of our list to figure that out. But in the meantime, we can always create ad hoc reports. I can show you exactly what we're seeing and send them your way. And to take it a step further, if this software works out, it'll be able to show rebates, DFIs, things like that in real time, so we can actually see how we're tracking throughout the year. And we can get excited about seeing a rebate meter fill up and things like that. So I think that's the world is our oyster.
So I have a question going upstream from you, Patrick. It took me a minute at the last conference to kind of wrap my brain around who's who with Nationwide and how it's all integrated and who's doing what and who's responsible for what. Thought I had a pretty good feel for it, and it looks like they've kind of reorganized that a little bit. So can you speak to that and kind of how that's coming together, who's doing what now?
Yeah, so it's I'll start with our team, right? So at the beginning of the call, I was talking about how Nick went to HR and he left a lot of responsibilities for us to take over. So Danielle and Michelle have stepped in and we broke it in half, and they help support all the brands in the CI portfolio. So we're able to do some admin work on the back end, getting people in this MemberNet and the CD Learning Academy, chasing down vendors, making sure our sales reporting is clean. Maxie's still here, Karen's still here, I'm still here, which is great. As I move I'm in this interim role and I'm handling more, Nicole has become our dedicated dealer interaction. So I'll still call on dealers, I'll still be a great point of contact, but it's Nicole's responsibility to reach out, be proactive, and talk to everybody. We all report into Andy. So Andy's still at the top of the CI portfolio. And now Andy reports into Derek. Derek Matilla, I think I said his last name right, replaced Dean, who was on stage last time. Dean retired. Derek stepped in. Derek was with us from day one because he was on the merger and acquisition team. So he has stepped in, and now he oversees the CI channel as well as our Canadian counterpart Cantrex and FEI, which is 400 dealers. I could say that work on roofing and cabinetry and flooring. I'm going to their conference, so I'll have a better idea of who they are and what they do. But they tell me that 1 in 3 new homes has somebody from FEI working on it. So, you know, they're a pretty powerful group in terms of what they do. So Derek oversees all 3. Andy oversees Ozio, Oasis, and Ellipsis. And then our team now includes Nicole, Danielle, and Michelle.
Got it. Thank you. And who's that guy in the Phillies hat?
Who's in a Phillies hat? Oh, did we have a straggler in here?
I'll give you one guess who's wearing the Phillies hat.
Do we have some riffraff?
Patrick invited me, so I'm here.
Do we have some riffraff in here?
Yeah.
I don't know who let that guy
How's it going
in.
with the Braves this week? I know you got us last night.
I'll do it again tonight too. 3-2 last night. It's a good game.
Yeah.
What do you think, Richard? This is one of the first ones that you haven't kicked it off, ran the whole thing. How's life in your world, Richard?
Well, you know, I've been consulting with Daisy since I actually finished working. So that was February, Valentine's Day. And I will have been consulting with Ozion 1 day a week until September 1st. And then I've been consulting with Daisy 2 days a week, and that will switch to 3 days a week. And so I'll still be around. I'll still be here for Patrick and Maxie and Karen and everybody. And hopefully, you know, we'll all cross paths and, you know, Ozion will prosper. I think Patrick's doing a very nice job. I thought you covered a lot today. You got people ahead of what's going to happen, and you got them up, you know, right up to the moment. So come to the cocktail party. I'd love to shake your hand. I'll be there. And, you know, let's have a good CEDIA. And I think we need to finish the year strong. I think business is actually picking up. Everything Patrick and I hear from our dealers is that business is getting better and the pipelines are better. So let's help to support the vendors and let's make some extra money. So.
Yep. I think now more than ever is the best, you know, really look at the vendor book and support them. I think the vendors are spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically thinking that there's a lot of action going on out there. So we need to show a force and really support the vendors, make sure they know that they're members too, and we do the right thing and we support them when we can and make them feel loved for being part of our community. I think that's, you know, it's not just dealers on this side of the equation. We need to make sure the vendors know we're here to support them. And that's the message to them too, right? You guys should be going to bat for our dealers. You guys should be doing the right thing, showing up when you can, supporting them. So this thing only works when we support each other. So now more than ever, we should really be looking at programs and who we support and who we do business with.
The one thing I think you could have clarified, and maybe I'll do that, is after the fall conference, it's free to go to Nice in Carlsbad, which is a beautiful city, on the way north to Sonance, which has a whole new experience center. So that entire escapade is free, you know, dinners, hotels, lunches, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And it'd really be nice to have a show of force, to your point, Patrick. Yeah.
Richard, Patrick, I was just going to do a short little plug for the Sonance one in particular. I was just there 2 weeks ago, and it is amazing. It'll blow your socks off. It's not just Sonance; they have a Ketra showroom as well. You'll be blown away with the VX series of speakers. It's a must do, in my opinion, to stay another night and go to the Sonance showroom. They do a demo amazing.
Yep.
And to Patrick's point, I would stay away from LAX as an airport, but look at John Wayne if you guys need to fly out. That's the closest airport from Sonance, but it's not that far from San Diego, so you can always head back. But traffic heading south back into San Diego is always a bear, so you might just want to look at John Wayne Airport.
Yeah, it's Orange County. Sometimes you put in John Wayne, you won't find SNI, I think is the, or it's SNI or SNA. But
SNA, yeah, I think you're
SNA,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, that experience is all. I think they have something like 85 speakers in the great room, invisible speakers. It's unreal. They show all these demos. They have a little Alexa playing and they say, this is what your client thinks is fine. And they even put a second one in the back, and then they move to, through their Sonance, through their small apertures. And, then they start putting in the, what's it called? The immersion channel stuff. It's sweet. It's sweet. And the Ketra, you're absolutely right. That demo is, I don't think a single soul will see that and not think, man, I need that in my house. What a cool way they put that on. So definitely go check that out and join us for NICE too. They're going to have they'll have a great experience. They're really excited to have us. You come hang out with me. I'll be there for both of them. We'll have a nice dinner. We'll have a good time in Carlsbad. I'm not sure what the nightlife looks like out there, but we'll have a good time.
Hey, Patrick, for the NICE and the Sonance tour, if we're traveling with a significant other, are they included in the tours when we go to do that, or how does that work? Yep.
Okay. Yep. That'll be part of the head count. And then we'll send, we're going to send some extra confirmations for this thing and say, if you're interested, please let us know and make sure, because we need a head count for bus and hotel purposes. So just if you have some slight interest, let us know. There'll be a couple more checks to say, this is the plan, this is what we're doing, and make sure you're really in before we go booking another hotel. And it's free. It's a good point, Richard.
All right, how about the close, Patrick?
All right, I think so. All right, I was waiting I saw Murray pop up, so I don't know if he had something nice to say to me too.
I have things to say, but not on an open channel.
Yeah. Okay. Then we will close it up then. All right. So this, I pulled up this PowerPoint from last year when we did it, and I didn't even change this slide because I think it's universal, right? These are the laws of gravity. This is things that you can't deny. Support our vendors. Pile it on, especially the places that we have a chance. Be great to put more money in your pocket just for doing business. We have new programs. Reach out to them if they haven't already reached out to you. Give them a second look. Give Lowell your business. We have a Chief Sanus program again that goes direct. They've upgraded all of you guys and given you some more points on the product. And vendor market share. This again, less is more. You want to support less vendors. You want to pile it on. You want to show them that you're a better partner. And when you do that, you start earning more profit too, because you're going to hit rebates. You're going to hit programs with them. The vendors want three things. Richard always says this: access, share, and growth. So less is more with the vendors. Make them know that you care about them and you want to do more business with them. And then you can maximize each sale when you sell performance. So always sell up, always sell to, especially if you have the clients with the black card. You should be starting with the not good, better, best, but amazing, incredible, and stupendous. Don't even limit yourself, and make sure you're selling out of their pocket, not yours. Put a quote in here that Richard's socks didn't move up or down for, but I liked it. Greatness is not a function of circumstance. Turns out it's largely a matter of conscious choice and discipline. So be more conscious and be more disciplined. You can tell at Denver and Nashville, I didn't even take that part out. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for coming for the town hall. Thank you for being a member. We are very excited to see you at CEDIA. We are very excited to see you in San Diego. We are going to send out some links to register for all this stuff in case you need it. That'll go out later today, but probably tomorrow is the asterisk there. And yeah, really appreciate you guys spending 30, 40 minutes with me. And I'll hang out, but otherwise, we're all good here. So thank you guys so much for being a member. Thanks for showing up. Really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the weather, and we'll catch you in the next one.